Bueno, pues nada, bienvenidos a CryptoPlaza, a todos los que estáis aquí por primera vez. Estamos en la parte, bueno, no, luego si queréis hago una pequeña visita al sitio, pero estamos en la parte privada, un poco de la parte de residentes, aunque la idea siempre sea hacer los eventos en la parte más pública y tenemos una super pantalla y estamos mucho más amplios. Y nada, la verdad es que al final el mes pasado tuvimos 26 eventos, ¿no, Juan? Pasaron casi 500 personas por el sitio y nada, es que cada vez van cogiendo más. De hecho, algunos como los de CryptoMonte, los que se van repitiendo, van cogiendo cada vez más comunidad. Entonces, bueno, pues tenemos la suerte de tener aquí a Waves, además con Emily, que la conocí en un hackathon de Road 6. La verdad es que no acabamos de combinarlo, ¿eh? Cazar.
I know, it's so anyways, you should have invited those people here to come and visit us, but it's okay.
So we are very happy to have her. He's managing all the business development of Waves in Europe.
Yeah, and also the expansion in the United States.
I don't know if Waves is a project that is right now valued in more than 100 million. And is in the top 50 projects of the crypto, so it's one of the most important projects in the world about crypto. So we would like to have a near relationship with the project, so I hope in the next month we can do a lot of things together. To do some things in our environment that we can also put in practice the technology.
Oh, definitely.
So thanks for coming.
For inviting me.
So you have to.
Okay, no worries. So thank you, Jesus and Javi, for inviting me to CryptoPlaza. This space is amazing. And do I?
It's okay.
Like
We don't have it. Sorry.
So I'm from Waves, and I pretty much like what Jesus said. Currently in charge of the EU region and also the expansion into the United States. And pretty much Waves, if you guys haven't heard of us before, it's like we're a blockchain platform, and we're like a easier. Sit down. And so we're a blockchain platform, and So I just wanted to give you like an overall view of what our technology does, and so that you can actually end up using our technology because it's pretty easy and not as difficult as Ethereum if you guys already have been developing on Ethereum. Can anyone tell me if any of you guys are developers?
Played around with some
Okay. And what do you develop on? Solidity?
Well, I studied the ecosystem of development, and I'm interested in Cardano, and also Ethereum, so on and cubrieron.
He is responsible for a block-mat community, that is a community of developers. They organized the Change Party. That was like 1,000 people, not it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I organized a block mat and make meetups with technology and so on.
Oh, okay, perfect. So.
The next is Golem.
Okay, Golem. Okay. Great. Maybe you invite me one of these days. Okay, cool. And you?
Same, Solidity, a little bit of Solidity.
Have
But
you-
just ERC20 tokens, nothing special.
Okay, but what type of ERC20 token have you built?
The basic ones.
The basic ones? What was its function?
Just create a token, distribute it, and then that's it, transfer it.
And transfer it?
Yeah, nothing like caps or...
Okay. There wasn't any kind of token freeze or...
It was more like a
blacklisting?
copy-paste of the standard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But what did you want to achieve with it?
Play around, learn.
Just learn how to
Yeah.
build one. Okay. Yeah. And you?
Yeah, a little bit the same.
Yeah.
Some ERC, though I am now playing around with non-fungible tokens.
Oh, perfect. So we have a market for that too now, because it's like we started like an item market where we're concentrating on game items, and so it's like we're trying to do something where you can have a sword, or like you win a sword from one game and that can be transferable into another game, and then you actually get kind of these like recurring dividends from it. once it gets resold X amount of times, you actually, it's kind of yours. It's sort of like you get rights, you know, because you want it. And so you get like these rights where you're constantly accruing, you know, little bits of money from when they're being bought and sold. So, but I'll just, for those who haven't really, you know, you don't know about us, I'm just giving you a quick technical overview of what's, you know, what we do and like the possibilities that you can, you know, do for your project. So, Waves was founded in April 2016. So, huh?
From Scala.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not piggybacking off of any
Some
other.
days ago I was talking with a person about Scala and so on, and Spark, and I was thinking about platform.
Yeah.
With Scala, and I didn't know.
Yeah, ours is, yeah, it's native. Yeah, we did it. Hi, Dan, come sit down. Yeah, we were built on Scala, so it's pretty, you know, while most other platforms use, you know, kind of start with Ethereum and then build their own later on, aside from EOS did that, right? And then we raised, when we did our fundraising, we got 30,000 BTC, which pretty much was a really big amount back in the day because before no one was like, oh, let's, you know, how much was that? But it was pretty substantial and it was like 6,000 investors. So pretty, you know, impressive for just starting small. And so what we're doing now is, aside from being built on Scala, we're focusing on Web 3.0 applications. So pretty much that's the whole scheme of what our platform's doing right now. Because it's like we're trying to integrate in the future, like IoT, machine learning, and like AI, and just like integrate everything together so that our blockchain functions like a synchronicity with that type of you know, with the whole entire, you know, that ecosystem, because we don't want to just like, oh, we concentrate only on blockchain. That's it. So, and that's it. And then Waves Enterprise is. Go ahead.
I was wondering, wasn't the first version of Waves developed in Java? You know, Sasha,
yeah.
first
Yeah.
movement, he was a member of the NXT community,
Yeah.
and he started with the first version of Waves, and wasn't it in Java? It is so.
I don't know, he might have played around with it, but then he finally decided that it wasn't like, you know, it didn't have the capacity that he wanted to do, so that's the reason why it was developed on Scala. So I have to ask him about that. Actually, I'll ask him, because then he'll say, hey, who said that? You know, so yeah, definitely. So our team is actually distributed between Berlin, Amsterdam, Moscow, and Zug.
Next Madrid, no? Next Madrid.
And hopefully Madrid. Because yeah, we're trying to expand, you know, our community, and more so on the developers end, because that's going to be, you know, as we're trained to build dApps, this is what we want to kind of, you know, focus on right now. So Waves Enterprise is a universal blockchain solution. So it's this is specifically designed to scale, because as you know, like right now, Ethereum can't scale, and we're still waiting for their updates in order for them to get, you know, more quicker transactions, but those updates keep getting prolonged, and we don't know when they're going to happen. So thanks to their, you know, being so slow, we're taking on, you know, we're creating our ecosystem, and people are deciding either to do a hybrid version, you know, like they use both Ethereum and Waves. They've done that before, but in general, it's like we'd like people to actually just develop on Waves. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay. So here's our platform explained. So on the base, right on the bottom, is our protocol layer, which is we use least proof of stake, and which I'll explain more about that later. Waves NG is for security and then smart contracts. Our infrastructure layer is the keeper, IDE, Oracle's RDE RIDE, which is what creates smart contracts, frameworks. And then the system, there's the application layer, which is pretty much the system products, which includes our decentralized exchange, wallets, explorers, and voting systems. And then this part is totally new. So we just began doing decentralized apps. The programming, us teaching, started like in June. So we don't have any dApps like fully rolled out yet. They're still in testnet. There are some that we're testing right now, but not in full version. So pretty much our platform has easy to use tools, libraries, and development frameworks. So going to the technical foundations, so the least proof of stake consensus algorithm pretty much facilitates security and also energy efficiency. So it's
What is the L?
least.
Least.
Lease. Like, you can lease your node. You can, so for instance, if,
You can lease your stake.
yeah, you can lease your stakes, yeah. You can lease your stake in order for our nodes to get stronger. There's like, we have more than 350 nodes. Pardon?
Like a rent.
Yeah, it's renting.
Something
Yeah,
like
but you can,
something like a pool.
yeah, pool. And then so you can, for instance, if I needed, I only had 500 and you had 500, if you lease your 500 to me, I can pay you like a small percentage to create.
Préstamo, ¿no?
Yeah, préstamo. Yeah. And then, so the Waves NG was adopted by the Bitcoin NG protocol, which currently we're at 100 transactions per second, which is still pretty, it's still quicker than Ethereum's. And RIDE, which is our language for smart contracts, is pretty much simple, formal, and verification friendly. So this avoids like really, programmable mistakes like colons and stuff. Like I've heard of consultants in Barcelona saying that somebody added like a colon or whatever, and then it was, since it's it's not, you can't, what is it? What's the word? It's immutable. You have to pretty much throw that away and then rebuild from scratch or fork the program, because it's not possible to change something that's, that you've broken from the beginning. So.
Is the execution of the smart contracts part of the consensus? Or do you have any sharding capabilities?
Sorry?
Sharding.
Sharding?
Yeah. All the nodes have to execute the smart contracts, or you can either select or somehow split the execution in some shards.
I'm not sure. I can find out for you, because it's like, I'm kind of like, I know it, but I don't know it that deeply that I could say, yeah, you can shard that afterwards. So I'll find out for you. And so here, We have, since it's a blockchain native approach, it's like no loops, which means no gas, no recursions, which pretty much is readable code, and then we don't have a virtual machine, so the fees are pretty much fixed, and you don't have any surprises at the end of the day, because it's like with Ethereum, depending on the gas prices, at the end it's like people who had like these large projects who had a lot of money to begin with, so it's like they didn't care, but then eventually once you see how many transactions are actually running and they're not as cost efficient for you to run, then you have to figure out a cheaper way to do it. And then so our fees, just so you guys have like an idea of how much like some transaction fees are, like for instance if you're doing like on our exchange, like if I was to send some waves to Jesus, it would be 0.001 for the transaction fee, which is
If it has no loops and no recursions, does it mean it's no Turing complete?
yeah,
It is non-Turing complete.
it's non-Turing complete. Because it's, but I'll get into that later. Because it's non-Turing complete doesn't mean that the program's weak from it. It's actually they figured out a way where it's non-Turing complete, but yet the coding, because there's no loops. Yeah, since there's no loops, it doesn't just keep running. And then it's kind of, if you look at a meter of, like a gas meter, and it just keeps running because it doesn't know when to stop, that's when your gas starts, accumulating, and then you're paying for things that you shouldn't be paying for. So the way that programming languages, the right programming language is actually written is to stop that from happening. So once it has been kind of given to like the program said, this has to be that, then it wouldn't. I'm sorry, like it's built not to just run endlessly. So there's good points to it and bad points to it, but in general it's a good way of programming. And I'll explain it to you more because it's like for me to actually like think about it and how it actually functions.